published it and announced, hey Monty, ooh, that sounds so good. It's always so good to see you. How's everybody doing? Yes. So, I won't be here tomorrow. I'll probably post a song for you though if you'd like. And then on Wednesday, it's Wayne on Wednesday. Hey Mike Johnson, hey Ray Ray, hey Simone. How's it going? Feeling good on this beautiful Monday? It's finally cooled down, right? Karen, what's up girl? How you doing? Yeah, I'm excited. Wayne will be here on Wednesday. Should be cool. He was trying to come last week, but you know how it goes. Yes. Life gets in the way. Yeah. How's everybody feeling? How you doing, Kathy? You feeling better? Tracy, what's up girl? How you doing? It's always good to see you. How's Emily and Mark? I hope they're doing well. They're so cute. Y'all ready to sing? Are you ready to sing? Yes, I am your student. Hi Mom Judy. Where's Colleen and Terry? Are they home? Amazing girl. I'm so in awe of you. I love it. It was the Iron Man, right? So Karen's doing another Iron Man, y'all. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. Right. Most people will never do one. Me, I'm most people. Yes. Your poor legs. I know. But just for a minute. They'll be fine. And you'll be up and ready for the next thing, the next challenge. So tonight, I was planning to just do hymns, and I may do a few. I don't know, but I thought I'd do some more originals and settle in. Yes, y'all ready? That I never would leave you. It's funny how the seasons change, and the more that I try to forget you, it's funny how things stay the same. Without a rhyme or reason, I look into your eyes. I know that I found forever. No hiding, no disguises. Reunion of souls, of mind, of space, of a time, every place. I look and I see your smile, your face, everywhere constant, reminder of everything I want to be, who I am and how with you I can be free. I can be free. What's up, Rachel? Hey, girl. It's amazing what the soul can remember, no matter what the day or time or the appointed hour. All I know is your soul and mine are so joyful together. It's as if we found the perfect way being together. What's up, Nyata? So tell me, how can we stay apart? Can we stay apart? Before now, time before here, we were called to this place, and I'm glad to be standing here. Sometimes the truth is painful, but a leap of faith is all it takes. Close your eyes, don't get discouraged. Spread your wings and just let the winds change. Go free, just believe they will do if you dare. I made questionable pant choices. Hey, Carol, your pictures are gorgeous, girl. I can't wait to hear you. Miss Eleanor says you have a beautiful voice, and you know, Miss Eleanor knows these things. She does. So tonight, the last 2 weekends I was playing in church for my friend Christopher Spanks. And so this week, they had only told me to prepare 2 songs. So I prepared 2 songs. Silence is deafening, Karen. So, you know, I'm all finished, and then the preacher lady says, what if you do another song? And my brain went completely blank, and I was like, oh no, here we go. I know I've got songs. I know I've written songs that would be perfect for this, but my brain was like, no. So I was like, oh no. Okay, I swear I just saw a mosquito fly through here. I don't know what's going on, seriously. Anyway, so, you know, I did 2 of my songs, and then I did, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'll probably do the 2 songs that I did too, because it's that kind of a day, all right? I could have whipped up a Lizzo song, and you know, we were listening to one in the car called Boys, and I was like, I like this song, this is great. And then I was like, yeah, no, you know, you can't. I mean, this church is very progressive. It's really cool because, I mean, you know, they reference Jesus, but mostly it's just the practices of goodness, which, you know, I love. But the sermon was on how we're all part of God, and how we're all in His image, which makes us God's too, you know? And that we should act like that. That we should carry ourselves accordingly, right? And stop with the bad behavior. So, this is probably one of my favorite hymns, without question. Hey, Michelle. Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows fall? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home when Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is He, His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. And then I was just thinking, like, hey, Karis, how you doing? I think one of my favorite books in the Bible is Psalms, right? And, we songwriters, it's like Psalms, right? Same sort of thing. And, I've written a song or two in my lifetime, so. And there's nothing like, a song coming through you that didn't exist before. Words and music. And I'd like to think that we are all divinely inspired. Whatever it is we do. Rain, rain, go away. We'll dance in the moonlight at the end of the day till the storms of life that darken our days give way to the new morning sun. I feel the flicker of fear in my heart when the clouds start to gather and the first raindrops start to fall on my face, and I'm brought to my knees, and the sunlight returns to the sky. Rain, rain, go away. We'll dance in the moonlight at the end of the day till the storms of life darken our days give way to the new morning sun. Out in the deserts where the soul meets the sky, I stood next to people on land cracked and dry. Then suddenly rain fell, we were soaked to our skin, and we danced till the clouds parted again and again. Light is the calling for the darkness. What's up, girl? How you doing? Good to see you. Alright, so I know Terry's not here yet, so I'm gonna wait to do Rain for a second, but mine is a lonesome road and I walk it all alone, but I'm not afraid. Your voice is everywhere in the eyes of a newborn child, in a river that runs so wide. It's crazy heart of mine. You're my everything, every song I sing, every word I write, my all and all. Hey, Ajit, how you doing? I love you too. I know you're by my side, you're in front of me, you are my guide, and you carry me when I am failing. Small, stay and walk away, I would. You say stay, I'll learn my lessons good, and only time will tell. You're my everything, every song I sing, every word I write, my all in all. I can find the words to say that I love you. If I could find the words to say that I can hear your voice all around me. I can feel your presence. It's everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Oh, I love that, Michelle. Hey, 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 Therese. How's it going? And I love them till my days are done. Through the difficult and all the fun, through the laughter and all of my tears. You're my everything, every song I sing, every word I write, every dark and sleepless night, the fullness of the moon, making love at noon, driving up the coast and listening to the music that I love the most, the sacred morning rain, joy after the pain, knowing you're my everything, my all in all. You are my all and my all. You shall cross the barren desert, but you shall not die of thirst. Oh my gosh, I just forgot the words. I can't believe it. Anyway. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come follow me. elaborate. You know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, let's see. Ah! It's so hard to scroll it. Wait, it's so tiny. You walk through the waters, you shall not drown. Can I find the way? And if wicked men insult and hate you, I will understand, and I'll be with you through it all. Be not afraid. I go before you, always come, follow me, and I will give you rest. Ooh, and I will give you rest. Yeah. So that just popped in my head, Michelle. Sorry, I don't know all the words. All right. I'm like the rain falling on my face, a butterfly on a moonlit sky in flight. I hear your voice softly as you sigh, cross my face beyond my mind into my soul. You take control, and I belong to you. Like the rain, like the sunlight falling on the clouds, like a butterfly on wings of sound, floating softly by. They hear your voice, and they rain and they shine and they fly, and so must I listen, for I belong to you. Like the rain, like the moonlight shining on clouds, like a butterfly on wings of sound, floating softly by. They hear your voice, and they rain and they shine, or they fly, and so must I listen, for I belong to you. Like the rain. Hey, Scotty, what's up, homie? I hope you're smiling. It's so good to see you. Yeah, I wrote that song a long, long time ago, and I never play it, but I don't know, it just kind of popped up. You know, as songs do. They come when it's time, and yeah. So yes, would I mind? Let me see. Oh, yes. Been in the wilderness so long, darkness my nearest, my dearest and only friend. I the darkness in my soul. The light deep inside of me, trying to take control. Sunlight on my face. I'm looking for the sun. I'm heading for the light. My darkest days are done and over. I'm on a journey to the light. Ooh, a journey to the light. How do you keep the faith and still have doubts? Fear's older cousin staring you in the face. I need to walk in the light and through the sunshine on my face. I'm looking for the sun. I'm heading for the light. My darkest days are done and over. I'm on a journey to the light. Journey to the light. Caught up, and I could not find my way. Caught up, and I could not find my way. Caught up, and I could not find my way home. Yeah, so I think I've told you about my old priest before. He's this incredible dude, Father Bertone, and he's kind of he's this mountain of a man, French and Italian priest, and I would always tease him because I'd be like, Father, you're gonna get in trouble because yes, that's what Jesus would do, but that's not what the church is doing, so they're gonna get you. And he was like, yeah, so I'm gonna get a dog. So he got a dog. The diocese was like, no, you can't have a dog. He's like, I'm gonna get a dog. So he got a dog. And then, priests aren't allowed to own property, but when he went to Medjugorje, he had a vision, and he was so funny before he went because he was like, there's no way, she's gonna talk to me. And then of course, he has this vision. And he was told to find a property that had waterfalls on it and build a shrine and also a place where people could come and just rejuvenate themselves. So of course that property showed up with 6 waterfalls. And so he built a chapel on top of the runoff of the 2 that just converged coming down the mountains. And so when you look up the mountains, you see these waterfalls, and the whole front of the church is glass, and the inside is Marian blue. And yeah, anyway, so I was like, what's the point of that? Okay, so the wilderness, so we did service together for about, I don't know, 10 years. And then the diocese in all its wisdom decided that, you know, they needed to move him. And so they moved him to this huge mega Catholic church. And they brought in this other priest who... Okay, so Father Bertone would have Mass in the evening, right? And there would be candles and there would be incense. And the walls of the chapel were this dark, dark red with, like, I know it sounds crazy, but it was at Pratt, right? The Art Institute. And so the ceilings were like this, you know, blue, but then one of the walls was red, and it was just beautiful. And so these lights, you know, and somebody, my friend Kevin made these lights that you put the candles in, and they hung from the ceiling, and so they would have to pull them down, light all the candles, and then pull. So it was this whole thing, right? And so we did that for about 10 years, and it was just the most beautiful thing. And then they moved him, and so they brought in this other priest. Now, mind you, Father would memorize the gospel readings, right? So he would read the entire thing from memory, and then he would speak on it, like from his heart. And it was so good for these college kids to have it. Okay, it was good for me. It was good for me. Anyway, so this other priest came, and he would start early. I don't know what time he would start early, and I'm like, Father, every week I'm coming from lessons. If you just give me 5 minutes, I will be here. But he would start at like 5 till, and he was so quick. He would be done by like 25 minutes after. And I'm like, sir. Meanwhile, you know, the other father would be, okay, and you know, Catholics, we're only like an hour. That's it. That's all you get. He would be at an hour 15, hour 20, sometimes an hour 30. And we would just be sitting there. So anyway, during that time when we were separated for like a year, it was really, I was miserable. And I was about to quit the job because I was like, this is horrible. It's horrible. And the kids were drifting. It was just horrible. And we ran into each other out in the world, and yeah, and he was like, I feel like I've just been in the wilderness for so long. And I was like, yeah, I know what you mean. He's like, I'm just out here wandering, and I feel like I'm serving, but it's not how it's been, and it doesn't give me any joy, and I feel like there's just too much constriction on how I'm supposed to be serving. But then, you know, lo and behold, something, you know, it might have been the voodoo dolls that the ladies in church were like, you know, because they were like, this other dude, he's got to go. And so then Father and I were, you know, reunited for a couple years and did our thing again. And then, of course, you know, my mom got sick and I came home. So, you know, everything sort of got weird and ended and all that. But it was a really, really beautiful time. And, you know, when I came home, like I wrote the song, and it just... there was so much going on, y'all. I mean, I was like broke trying to figure out how to balance a place in Brooklyn, a place here, try to get a roommate in Brooklyn that it just didn't quite work out. And, you know, balancing the house and taking care of Marin and, you know, burying both of my parents. And I was just like, I'm tired. But, you know, I think we get tired, we get weary, right? We do. And we get lonely. You know, you lose the people you love, and sometimes you get lonely, right? In those moments when that person would be there to sort of be like, hey, okay, so this is what we should do. Because I'll never forget waking up. You know, my cousin came to help me out when my mom was sick, and I remember sleeping in her bed for the first time, and the kids came in, and they were looking for an adult. And so was I. I was like, oh no. Aha, right. And suddenly, you know, you become an adult. And they say that you don't become an adult until you lose your parents. And I found that to be true. And so that song represents all of that. Simone, I love that you were at Temple. That's awesome. I love going to Temple, and usually this time of the year, I would be there singing. But because of the pandemic, I haven't gone. So. But maybe next year, right? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, just, you know, there's always light. It's there, and that's the key. I mean, for me, it was finding balance and finding a routine. You know, like I knew I had to go see my mom in the morning, go see Marin in the morning, go to the gym. I would go to mass in the middle of the day, like 11 o'clock, and then go back to the hospital and sit, and then, you know, maybe play, come home, take care of the dog and the house and everything. And, you know, I got really regimented and really, you know, I knew I had to sleep. I knew I had to eat at particular times, and I think we forget to take care of ourselves when we're caretaking for other people, which is why sometimes the caretakers check out before the ones that they're taking care of, because we don't look after ourselves. And, you know, during that time I had all sorts of, you know, crazy health stuff going on too. And I went to, I know this is a lot of information, I'm just babbling on. But I went to this wonderful, wonderful acupuncturist. And, you know, because I'd been thinking, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. He's like, okay, first of all, like, it was like he read my mind. He's like, okay, first of all, you're not going to die. He's like, give me 8 months and, you know, we can fix this. He's like, it'll take a little bit longer than, you know, the traditional surgery route, but yes, Yvette, yes, Yvette, yes. And so, and he said, listen, it's going to be hard. He said, it's going to be hard. He said, but if you're willing to do the work, if you want to live and you want to be healthy, then this is what you got to do. And I was waiting like, hey, Ezekiel. I was like, he's like, okay, so you're going to get acupuncture and you're going to do these herbs that I give you. And then you're going to exercise every day. You're going to get outside in the sun every day. And I was like, okay. And he's like, and you're going to eat clean, right? We're going to get rid of all of the processed food, all of it. We're going to get rid of it, you know. And at one point, you know, I was pretty much vegan. And, you know, I mean, I tend to that more anyway. I pretty much always have. I mean, you know, listen, sometimes I just need, you know, other stuff and I will eat it. It doesn't happen all that often, but it does happen. And then he was like, you need to drink water. You need to drink clean water, right? So you gotta do acupuncture and the herbs, and then you gotta drink water. And you have to move every day, and you have to get out in the sunlight, and you have to meditate. And I was like, okay, this is all stuff that I do or should be doing, but I kind of, you know. And the last one, y'all, the last one, and he was like, this is the most important. You have to sleep. You have to sleep and you have to rest. And I was like, okay, this is all. And it sounds so simple and so easy, but we get so far away from that. Yes, Glenn. That whole, and I remember waking up and calling one of my friends and being like, I'm an orphan. He was like, you're too old to be an orphan. I was like, yeah, but I'm still an orphan. And I still feel very much like my parents are gone. Like, you know. No, but you know what, Scotty, it was great. It was absolutely great. And it really helped me to be able to take care of, like, I never would have made it through taking care of my mom and my brother if I had not done that protocol, right? And I mean, it, you know, it's like I was eating brown rice or quinoa, steamed vegetables, and some sort of protein every day, and doing like a protein smoothie in the morning. Sleep is it. Sleep is the ticket. And I know now, you know, it's like my goal is at least 6 hours a night. And people are like, oh, that's not enough. But that, for me, that is enough. And then, you know, if I take a nap during the day, it's great. But if I get those 6 hours, then I'm fine and I get a chance to really rest and reboot. Yeah, that feeling of abandonment. And, you know, it may not just be your parents, you know, it's your siblings, it's all of that. And I think this year there's been so much loss, you know, and I've had friends who, you know, have lost someone. Well, like one of my friend's brothers was this huge star that nobody knew was sick. And he just, you know, was dealing with it. He and his family were dealing with that, trying to keep a secret and you know, and then his brother passed, and it was just like, oh God, like, this must be so horrible, you know, and you just never know what somebody is going through or what their pain is. And I mean, listen, we all lose patience. I lose patience. But I have to be really mindful of the people that are around me, because I know that people have lost so much. I mean, you know, family members. Or they're, listen, yo, homie, your mind it's a huge thing. And I'm serious, just being able to get up every day and get out of bed is a thing. That's a thing. And that's a thing that you should pat yourself on the back for, because it is a big deal. A lot of people did not get up this morning. Depression is such a real thing. I look at my brother, and I was talking to him about it, and of course, he's like, "Oh, I can't go see anybody." But I'm like, dude, but he was like, it's like being in this hole, and the more you try to get out of the hole, it's like an elevator. It just goes down, and you see the light, and the light gets smaller and smaller, and you feel like you can't get out, right? And I mean, mental health is everything. That's the other thing, just really protecting that. And I know, Glenn, that's amazing. I mean, yeah, to become an orphan at 70, but to become an orphan at 50, you think you're grown up and you think, oh, I've taken care of, I mean, you've done a lot more than I have. You've had kids, and you've traveled the country, and you've been married, but I'm serious. I was like a little kid. Like, I didn't know what to do. And then, the grief, and somebody was asking me, my friend Kim was like, well, have you had a chance to grieve? Like, when are you gonna? And I was like, I don't have time. Like, I got kids to raise, right? And I can't be in this place where I'm not functional enough to raise them and to work, and I don't, I love my work. I do. This has been my therapy. This has been the thing. Y'all have been the thing. This is the thing that has gotten me through this whole thing. Like, I would be crazy right now. Seriously. Like, I would be crazy. But, yoga, this, meditation, prayer, all of that, and just real soul searching. Like, I was teasing myself. I'm like, listen, homie, if you haven't figured it out during this time, then you're never going to figure it out. Like, all that stuff you say you want to do, if you're not working on it now, you don't really want it. You don't really want it. That's just lip service. And you need to stop it. Just stop it. Let's just get real, But on the other hand, I mean, so many things have started, and I am writing, and y'all, I got myself an Apple Pencil. Woo-hoo. So, I like to write everything by hand, and I saw this tool that you can scribe, and my writing is lovely anyway, it's nice. But you can write it, I can write it down on the pad, and then it automatically transfers into text. And it's good. It's really good. Because, I was writing pages and pages and pages, and then having to, later type them into my computer or whatever. No, thank you. It's not good. Yo, Scotty. Yeah, it's an Apple Pencil. Yeah, it's fantastic. It is a fantastic thing. But yeah, I mean, the last couple of years have been crazy, and I lost a friend. I think I told y'all a couple weeks ago, my friend Corey passed away, and it's kind of a crazy story, because he was such a, just a supporter of the arts, a supporter of me, a supporter of the boys, and he's kind of really healthy, like real sort of a health nut kind of guy. And we had this conversation, and he was like, COVID's no big deal. I think it's a hoax. Blah. Y'all, got it and out, like, matter of weeks. And I just think about, like, what a blessing it is to wake up every day, right? Seriously, because you just don't know. And I mean, within the first week of COVID, I had already lost 2 friends in New York, and it was just so, I don't know. I think it just reminded me that, we think we have time, right? We think we have this infinite amount of time, and it's really finite. The heartbeats are finite, right? And I think somewhere in our psyche, we don't want to address that, because we don't want it to be true. And so, we sort of drag our feet. But, or, you know, we're like me and we try to get everything in, and, you know, and then I'll sleep when I'm dead, that sort of thing. So I'm really trying to listen. Hannah, me too. Me too. I mean, me too. I mean, he was part of this online group that just, you know, they were just so against it. And I was just like, come on. So I say fantastic. Jeff Judy said, you know, you're always looking for words to use that, you know, that describe it. And fantastic, I love fantastic. And Jeff Judy would be like, oh my God, that's fantastic. And I was like, fantastic. I love that. Yeah, I mean, Corey, yes, right. You remember Corey. Yes, you introduced him to, yes, all of that. And he was just this beautiful, beautiful spirit. And like when he would talk, like you could just see his eyes would just light up. And, you know, he was just so full of, yes, get your booster, girl, get it. Yeah, I mean, just you know, we're given this gift. And I think sometimes we just get so mired down by everything that's going on. Listen, I had to just go ahead and turn off my, I stopped watching the news for a couple of weeks because I was like, you know what, I can't watch another school shooting. I cannot watch another injustice. I can't watch somebody get off for killing people. I can't do it, right? Police brutality, I can't do it. And it's all there, and it affects all of us, right? It's so prevalent because these are people that I know, right? They go through this on a day-to-day basis, and it's so deeply ingrained in us, right? It's always there because we always worry about it every time we walk out of the house. Every single time. And the luxury of not having to worry about that is so huge. It's huge. You know, I look at those little girls with their curly hair, and I'm scared every day. Like, oh my God. You know, and then I don't even want to talk about it. Riley and I were having a discussion about, you know, the lack of security at her school, and I'm just like, what? Yeah. So, yeah, okay, so yeah, and so those lockdown drills, I gotta tell you, I was working with special ed kids, right? Special needs. And when I tell you, when they were doing the lockdown, I was like, these kids are they're not gonna be quiet. They're not gonna hide in the closet. They're gonna run right out and try to hug the gunman because that's who they are, right? And I mean, you know, some of them are naughty or whatever, but in general, okay, Karen, no, you're not crazy. You want me to tell you why? Well, okay, yes, you're crazy, but here's the thing. We need teachers so desperately, right? We need teachers who are not burnout, who are super smart, super funny, super compassionate, and committed. And girl, that's who you are. What's up, Christopher? That is who you are. I hope your mom is good. That is who you are. That is who all of you are, right? You know, I love at the end of yoga class when you say namaste, right? The light in me sees the light in you. I think that says it all, right? I know it sounds corny or whatever, but it's so appropriate, and we recognize each other and we pray for each other. That's what I love about this community, right? We all have very different spiritual beliefs and thoughts, but we're all here, right? And the one thing in common, well, two things, the love and the light. Those of you who I've been in a room with, I know that light and I know that love, right? Those of you who I've never laid eyes on, right? I feel it. And I feel, when I come on, I feel you smile. When I speak to you, when I say your names, when I say your little names, you know, I still have my, right? But when I say your little names, it's like, I feel it. I feel it's like the light bulbs come on. And that's how we get through this. That's how we get through this, right? I mean, this the last 6 years of my life, I have grown so much. But in this last year, you know, caretaking and having to put other people first every single day. Because I didn't have to do that before. You know, I had a very lovely life where I did what I wanted to. I got up when I wanted to. I worked with who I wanted to. You know, I did the music I wanted to. I did it my way, literally. And now, this is like the best thing ever, right? And we're all pushing through. We're all pushing through. We're all pushing through. And you know, the great thing is that some days people are celebrating and they're so joyful. And that joy, even when I'm hurting, gives me hope, right? It gives me the hope to know that tomorrow might be my day. Tomorrow might be my day to explode with joy, right? Tomorrow might be my day. But I think knowing that somebody else, yeah, Karen is, yes. Niata, no. You know what? And you know what? Social workers are also burnout. Caretakers are burnout. And you're all of those. Teacher, social worker, caretaker, of so many. We're all burnt out. We're all burnt out. This is where I come to replenish, rejuvenate, reset every single day, right? This is it. This is where I come. I mean, I love the other music that I'm doing. I do, you know, and it pays the bills. I mean, this helps pay the bills too, right? But this feeds my spirit every day. You feel my spirit every single day. And I am so grateful and full of gratitude for y'all. And I hope you realize how amazing you are and how amazing what we have is, you know. Yes, this is a sacred space. We all are sacred spaces, right? We are all sacred spaces where the divine dwells. That is what we are. We are vessels of the divine. We are vessels of the divine. Vessels of the divine see each other. We see that the other one is tired and we say, hey, let me relax, relate, release. Exactly. You know? But we have to think of ourselves in that way. We are divine. You know? We are divine with all our gifts, with all our talents, with all our sorrows and joys. All of that counts. It's the balance of being here, of being human, the human experience. Well, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. Listen, there's nobody that's on here that I don't love or think is amazing. Seriously. Yo, yeah, throw that into your Tinder profile. That's right, sir. And you know what? I tell you what, you'll get a different kind of chick, too. Seriously. Yeah, we are Stardust. We are gold. Oh, I love that song so much. We are Stardust. We are golden. And we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. Yeah, that. Okay, have I can't believe that I've talked to you for almost an hour. I love y'all. And yeah, gratitude, right? Right. No regrets, right? No regrets. Whatever it is you got, go do it. Right? Tomorrow is not promised, right? It is not. It's not promised. So whatever it is you think you want to do, whatever it is you think that you thought you wanted to do it. Pick up the pen. In my case, your Apple Pencil and start writing. Yes. Oh, Joni, man, listen. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if y'all read that article that I posted about monogamy in Joni Mitchell's words. I mean, you know, I've always been a big fan of Joni just because I think she has a way of talking about this art that no one else does, right? And I feel that way. You know, where she's talking about traveling in some vehicle, sitting in some hotel. Yeah, but she's talking about like the refuge of the roads, right? And how sometimes artists go on the road because, well, we go on the road because that's our first love, right? But we love the people at home too, and it's a different relationship. Like the relationship of music with a human being is totally different than a relationship with another human being. And if you are lucky enough to find somebody that gets that and is easy with it and is just supportive and loving and all of that, then you are the luckiest musician in the world. But that rarely happens. Rarely happens. Okay, anyway. I know. Trying to stay sane. One look in your eyes, I can't remember my name. I was alone in my skin, and then you jumped in. You remind me life is short and unpredictable. Moments are fleeting and sometimes simply miserable. Tell me what the hell are you scared of? And in the end, the only thing is love. In the end, love's the only thing. Love's the only thing. If you're waiting for change, things stay the same. Things will always stay the same. If you take a step forward, you can see what remains. And always remember, life is always unpredictable. Moments are fleeting and sometimes simply miserable. Tell me what the hell are you scared of? But in the end, the only thing's love. In the end, love's the only thing. I wanna regret the things I've done, never the things I've left unknown. Never a second will I waste, never an opportunity to taste the sweetness of this life. All of the misery and strife, all of the challenges I'll fight for love. I'll fight for love. Saving my soul, ooh, meant letting go. Had to let go, dream the impossible dreams, and breathing sweetly and always. Life is short and unpredictable, meaning and sometimes miserable. What the hell are you scared of? But in the end, the only thing's love. In the end, love's the only thing. Hey Marsh, I wanna regret the things I've done, and never the things I left unknown. Never a second will I waste, never an opportunity to taste the sweetness of this life. The misery and strife, through all of the challenges I'll fight for. Love is hope for all, love it conquers all. Whether big or small, love never fails. Love is hope for all, love it conquers all. Whether big or small, love never fails. The greatest of these is love. There's hope, there's peace, there's joy. But love never fails. True love never fails. Never. Yeah, Billy's ready. Love is hope for all, love it conquers all. Whether big or small, love never, love never, love never fails. Love is hope for all, love it conquers all. Whether big or small, love never fails. Love is hope for all. All right, y'all. I love you. You know what to do. Walk in the light, the beautiful light, shining in the bright light. Walk in the light, the beautiful light, shining the light on your neighbor. Oh, traveling light. walk in the light, traveling light, walking in the light. All right, y'all. So tomorrow, I have this gig at 4. So I mean, I definitely won't be home by 5. So I think I'm just gonna call it for tomorrow. Oh, Marshall, I miss you. I'm gonna call it for tomorrow. But it'll be Wonderful Wednesday with Wayne. So, yes, but I'll try to post a show tomorrow. Okay? I love y'all. I hope you feel better, lighter, happier, faithful, hopeful, loving. Love never fails. I love y'all. Hey, Tommy. All right, shine your light. Millie's ready.